nepalnews.com. News from Nepal as it happens.
National and international election observers have cautioned about the unimproved security situation in the districts, where the political parties are unable to go for polls campaign. Asian Network for Free Election, NFREL, said Tuesday that Young Communist League and the armed groups in Terai are the main aggressors for the violence. In its second report on CA polls, NFREL said western and far western hills witness significant intimidation, and the greatest region of concern for NFREL is the eastern and central Terai due to bombing by armed groups.
We can conclude that overall the election environment is deteriorating, particularly with respect to violence and intimidation. The ability of candidates to campaign freely is going down. In some cases, candidates have been pressured not to compete at all, for example in Tapalganj or Ilam. The use of threats and violence is going up. Across the country, our greatest area of concern is the east and central Terai, though certain districts in the hills in the far western and western regions are also of concern to us. Of the political parties, our observers have identified the YCL cadres as the primary aggressor.
Ichal Supriya, the mission coordinator of NFREL, said the political parties have not done enough to curb this violence despite their commitments. NFREL recommended parties to implement the agreement and refrain from using party cadres in large number around the polling stations on the election day. It also asked the Election Commission to formally and proactively enforce the election code of conduct and the police authorities to vigorously act against code violators. Similarly, National Election Observation Committee (NEOC) also pointed out security lapses in Terai districts along the border with India. It has expressed concern regarding the Maoist army deserting their camps to take part in the polls campaign of the mother party.
Youth and booth. Splinter armed groups opposing CA election, particularly in the Terai. And I don't think that the negotiation is likely to happen before the CA election date. So it is going to be a major constraint.
This is the end of Bulletin on Observers Report on CA polls.